Hello fellow Monster Tamers, it's a time of year where there's tons of sales on games and your backlog is just staring at you wondering why you haven't completed it yet. So what I want to do today is talk about a few games on my Monster Taming backlog that I'm hoping to tackle in 2023. If you're excited for this content and other Monster Taming content, please like and subscribe and we'll jump on in. The first game I want to talk about is Shin Megami Tensei 5. I have never played a Shin Megami Tensei game and I know that it is related to Persona and I believe Persona is a spin-off of this series. It has a darker tone than a lot of Monster Taming games that you might be playing, but it looks amazing. I played the first 30 minutes of all the games I'm talking about, and the hype going into this one was really high. And after the first 30 to 40 minutes, I actually wanted to keep playing, but I had to play other games to get some content for the video. It looks like a lot of fun. It is a turn-based RPG where your character is going to recruit different demons throughout the game. And it reminds me a lot of Jade Cocoon, which is actually on my list of backlog games to get through, which we'll talk about later. I know a lot of people really love this series, so I'm very excited to jump on in. It's also a dungeon crawler, which I've grown to really appreciate this year, having played through Digimon Dawn Dusk and Cyber Sleuth. I actually do like monster taming games that are also that dungeon crawler at heart. The game currently has a 9 out of 10 on Nintendo Life, an 8 out of 10 on IGN, and an 84% on Metacritic, so a critically acclaimed game. And I think this is going to prompt me into getting some of the 3DS and other games for this series, and maybe even jump into Persona as time goes on. Another beloved monster franchise, not quite taming but hunting, is Monster Hunter Rise. It is a 2021 action role-playing game by Capcom. It is the 6th portable installment of the Monster Hunter series and was released for Nintendo Switch in March 2021 and for Windows in January 2022. There's also an expansion pack that came out this summer, which is Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak, and the game is still getting frequent updates that are free to continue your Monster Hunter story. I wanted to jump into this series for quite a long time, and I think the thing that took me over the edge was the Palamutes in this game. I really like when you have a dog-like companion in really any game. If I'm playing a monster game, I always get some kind of dog and name after my dog River. And in this case, these Palamutes actually look just like River, so I'm really excited to hunt monsters, figure out what my main weapon will be. I've seen tons and tons of videos of the different weapons. I think there's 14 in total, and they all play very differently. In terms of gameplay, I think it's still the hub and spoke mechanic where you have the village and you go off to your different hunts, which are the spokes. And it's like hack and slash, but my understanding is it's very strategic. So you have to commit to your animation, it's a little bit slower, it's more deliberate. Hunts take 30 minutes, 40 minutes, an hour to take down one monster. So I'm really excited to jump into this. It's very different than the other games I've played. This seems like more action adventure-y, and I've really enjoyed this past year playing new monster games that have brought me to different genres, be it Castlevania type games, or dungeon crawlers, or RPGs, so I'm sure this game won't disappoint either. It is a 9 out of 10 on Nintendo Life, a 9 out of 10 on GameSpot, and an 8 out of 10 on IGN, so another critically acclaimed game. Apparently this is also the fastest Monster Hunter in terms of speed and quickness for gameplay, so I'm really excited to jump on in. It might be the first game I play for 2023. Jade Cocoon 1 and Jade Cocoon 2 are two games that are very near and dear to my heart. I feel like every gamer has a game or two that is their hidden gem that not many people know about and is your claim to fame as a gamer who knows some obscure titles, and Jade Cocoon is that for me. I did play through Jade Cocoon 1 this year, so it's not on my backlog, but I do want to mention it because it's so short. It's like a 9-hour game, so if you do want to play Jade Cocoon 1 before jumping into 2, highly recommend it. But Jade Cocoon 2 really changed the game in a lot of ways. The gameplay is a lot different than the first game in that you're going to have 4 different elemental types. It's wind, water, earth, and fire if I'm remembering correctly. You can alternate between them and they all specialize in something different. You can merge monsters, you can hatch monsters as well. And it's another kind of dungeon crawler, but I feel like it was ahead of its time. Very similar to Shin Megami Tensei in a lot of ways in terms of merging monsters and the overall gameplay. In terms of reviews, I got a 7.9 out of 10 on IGN way back when. And for some reason IMDb has it at 7.7 as I'm looking at it. It also has an 88% like for Google users. So it's a fun game. The voice acting for English is kind of spotty at times, but if you're looking for a retro monster hunting game that has some similar concepts to Shin Megami Tensei, I really highly recommend you check this one out. I've always enjoyed playing it, and technically I've never beaten it. My little brother actually beat it on a save file when I was in town from grad school one time, so I still haven't beaten this game. So this might be the first game I put on the channel for 2023 as I'm playing through it, and it's just so much fun. The gameplay is amazing. It's a little bit expensive if you're not emulating, so if you have any trouble finding it, definitely let me know. But want to throw in at least one retro game here because it's one I really enjoy, and I'm excited to knock this off my bucket list of games I haven't beaten yet. And before I forget, this game is only available for PS2 if you're not emulating. So if you have a PS2 and you find this game, you're in luck, and I think you'll really enjoy it. Ni no Kuni Wrath of the White Witch is a game I'm excited about. It is also related to Jade Cocoon in that Studio Ghibli was involved in some of the animation and design of the game. And this is available for Xbox Series X, Xbox One, PC, PS4, and Switch. Hopefully I'm not missing any other platforms. And the animation's a lot of fun. It's like playing an anime game from what I've seen. Again, only played the first 30 minutes of it. It's also a Monster Tamer. I forgot what type of monsters you're getting in this game. It's all getting jumbled in my mind now. But it looks so clean. I'm playing it on PS4 for this footage, and actually no, I'm playing it on PC for this footage. And it's a game that I've heard a lot about. It seems like it's really charming, and the story's a little bit heavier than I thought. Again, in the first 30 minutes, there were things that I wasn't expecting from this game. I thought it would be kind of lighthearted and fun and airy, and it definitely has more weight to it, which is definitely not a bad thing. This game currently has a 9.4 out of 10 on IGN, it has an 84% approval on Metacritic, so the reviews are great for this game. And again, I'm hopefully showing you some of the animation quality in the game. I'm sure the gameplay is great, I'm sure the creatures you collect is also amazing, the overall story probably develops really well, but I'm just enthralled by how nice it looks going into it, and it's just so much different than other games I've played before. Like I mentioned earlier, playing these Monster Taming games, I've been able to see so many different game designs and gameplay mechanics that I totally wouldn't see if I just played something like Pokemon or just Digimon. So this is what I'm looking forward to. I actually heard about it because, again, it had that similar collaboration that Jade Cocoon has with Studio Ghibli. Leave a comment down below if you played it. I'm really excited about this one. This might be the second game I play after Monster Hunter Rise, so definitely let me know how you feel about it. In terms of overworld and how it looks, World of Final Fantasy was very shocking to me in that how good it actually looks. I like the animation style in Ni no Kuni a little bit better, but the overworld, I think this might be my favorite overworld of the games I'm reviewing here. I also like the stacking mechanics, so you have different mirages that you have, and you can stack them based off of your size. Your character can be large or medium, and that's going to impact how you stack as well, which seems like a really cool mechanic, something I haven't seen before. I haven't played any other Final Fantasy games. It was just always a blind spot to me. I didn't understand what they were, I didn't get the concepts, I had trouble understanding the stories and how they're connected when I was younger. With that being said, as the mirages come up, who are these different Final Fantasy characters, I'm sure it won't hit me quite as hard as some of the diehard fans of those different series and games, but I am excited to get introduced to them via this game, and maybe this will be my entry into the franchise at large. The critical reviews for this game aren't quite as high as some of the others on this list, but that's no shame because some of these games are some of the best games on their respective platforms. I will say though, the voice acting, the overall gameplay, the story so far have had me hooked, and again, I've played about 30 to 40 minutes of it, and this was another game where I just wanted to keep playing and keep going through, and it had me hooked in that first 30 to 40 minutes. So if you played this one, let me know what you thought about it, if you're a fan of the Final Fantasy series, or if you just played this one independent of that. Really excited to hear your thoughts as well. I'm sure like many fans of the Digimon series who are my age, there was maybe a time where it kind of fell off for you, maybe around Tamers. That seems to be for people my age when Digimon fell off for a lot of us, but that means I missed out on a lot of different Digimon video games, and I've tried to make up for that playing through Digimon World 3, playing through Digimon Dawn and Dusk and World DS, but I have not played a VPET Digimon game yet, and the first one I want to do is Digimon Next Order, which I'm currently playing through, but likely won't get through this year. Digimon World Next Order was originally released for the PS Vita in 2016, and is available for PS4 with a PC and Switch port coming soon. So if you are looking forward to playing this game, but you have a Switch and you're waiting for it to come out then, hopefully we'll have some reviews and some guides for you to help you out. But this is a game, it's a lot of fun. The gameplay is a little bit different in that it's not turn-based, it's like real-time. So the mechanic that you're really focused on is raising your Digimon through different trainings and things that you do, and then evolutions. And then once they get into battles, you're just commanding them and giving them support, which I really like. It's a lot different than those turn-based games where you're in so much control of everything that's going on, so much strategy. This is more, you do your raising and then trust your Digimon partners to do what they need to do, which is, I think, really reflective of the roots of the Digimon franchise being VPET and focus on that raising aspect. And the last game we'll talk about today isn't technically on my backlog because it's on my wish list, but it is Critter Crops, which is going to be a mix of monster taming and it seems like cozy farming. I don't know too much about this one. I've seen a few things on Twitter and via their Discord about this game. It is also from Freedom Games, and it's the same publisher that Coromon is associated with, so probably really good things. But I'm showing some gameplay here from their trailer, and it looks like it's an exciting game that I can hopefully play with my wife because she does like those kind of farming sim games, and it also is monster taming. So looking forward to this one. Don't know too much about it, but if you do know more, definitely leave a comment about what you're excited about with Critter Crops. And that is my 2023 monster hunting, taming, catching backlog. I'm hoping to get through all of these games in the coming year, but new things may come up. I might enjoy a game so much I get sucked in, like Shin Megami Tensei potentially, or something like Monster Hunter Rise. But let me know what you're looking forward to playing in 2023. Is it monster games? Is it something else that you're playing? And do you think you'll get through your backlog? Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Alright, bye everyone.